In a place steeped in tradition and royal pageantry, the Horse Guards of London stand as symbols of honor, strength, and unwavering discipline. But even amid their stoic duty, there are moments when joy breaks through. Soft, unexpected, and deeply moving. Children waving with innocent wonder. A proud veteran sharing a photo beside a majestic steed. Even a rare smile from a king's guard touched by his family's presence. These are the moments that remind us that behind the uniforms, behind the ritual, lies something universal, human connection. Today, we invite you to witness the tender side of service, where duty meets emotion and tradition opens its heart. A rare and touching moment. The King's Guard can't help but smile when his own family visits Horse Guards.
If you're in a chat thinking that I'm here to provoke a smile, jeez, honestly. Love it. Brilliant. Yeah.
The King's Guard laughs and smiles as a tourist jokingly compares him to Joe Pesci, an unexpected moment of lightness.
I'm trying to think about what's that classic line from Goodfellas, a Joe Pesci line. Oh, am I a funny guy? Yeah, that's the one. Oh, you see, you inspired that. Oh, good.
Two sweet little children wave and smile at the royal horse, a pure and heartwarming moment. A disabled lady in a wheelchair shares a beautiful connection with the royal horse. These animals truly recognize special souls. Unexpected moment. A King's Guard slips and falls during the changeover in the tunnel. He quickly gets back up with dignity.
So, our first two troopers today at Horse Guards. Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. The trooper slipped and fell. Oh, good heavens. Never seen that before. He just slipped over, so his boots, yeah.
A veteran in a wheelchair smiles proudly while posing with the royal horse. Respect and warmth in one powerful photo. A baby in a stroller is delighted watching the royal horse, and the horse lovingly responds. A beautiful bond in a brief moment. The little boy gently waves goodbye to the King's Guard, a sweet and respectful moment. The King's Guard surprises tourists with a funny face, bringing joy and laughter to the crowd. Even the officer couldn't help but smile, thanks to the King's Guard's subtle humor and charm. Dangerous but heartwarming, the little girl gently touches heads with the royal horse, showing fearless affection. A teenage boy blows kisses to the king's guard and horse, an unexpected and lighthearted gesture. A truly beautiful moment. A cute little girl plays joyfully with the king's horse under close watch. A corporal of horse makes the king's guard laugh. Rare to see such joyful camaraderie in action. In the heart of London, tradition still stands. Not behind glass, but in uniform. The King's Guard, a living emblem of centuries-old duty, holds firm amid a world that often forgets to pause and respect. But not every visitor understands the weight of this silence. Some cross barriers are not just physical, but cultural. They push too close, dismiss clear warnings, and treat sacred ground as spectacle. Today, we reflect on moments when decorum was lost, and how dignity, calm authority, and tradition answered without hesitation. Because at Horse Guards Parade, respect is not requested, it is expected. The tourists stood too close despite warnings. The king's horse gently but firmly shoved him away. A necessary lesson in respecting space.
Right. Okay, you sure?
A police officer calmly reminded a father, "Please don't touch the horse." Sometimes signs are there for everyone's safety and peace. A young woman ignored all the rules. The guard raised his voice, and rightly so. His duty is to protect the royal tradition. A disrespectful tourist got bitten while teasing the horse. The guard stayed composed, though the horse clearly had enough.
What? Did he actually seriously just put his fists up? Horrible.
This Canadian visitor learned the hard way. Not every animal will stay still if you cross the line.
Hey. That arm's actually stuck.
A painful but clear message.
Oh, good lord. That's what happens. Pay attention.
A brilliant officer firmly corrected a tourist who lingered behind the barriers. Calm authority always speaks loudest at the right moment. Some laughed, but it wasn't funny. A rude tourist blocked the guard's way, utter disregard for tradition, safety, and decency.
Okay, here comes the trooper. These tourists are just standing exactly where he's supposed to be. Why was she just completely stupid tourist just stood there in the guard's way? I can't understand why she's that dumb.
Dressed just like a royal guard, this proud young boy poses confidently with the majestic horse.
Let's have a look at the list, guys, just to make sure.
A woman in a wheelchair smiles joyfully beside the guard's horse. An unforgettable, warm moment of inclusion and joy. The king's horse clearly loves babies, gently bonding with the smallest visitors. A group of people with disabilities visits the King's Guard, sharing smiles and laughter in a meaningful encounter. A newborn meets the royal horse for the first time. His pure joy says it all. With kindness and patience, the King's Guard allows children to gently touch the horse, an experience they'll never forget. Welcome, dear viewers. Today we bring you a collection of the most heartwarming moments at Horse Guards Parade. From kind gestures by the King's Guards to adorable interactions between tourists and the royal horses, these moments remind us of the beauty of tradition, respect, and admiration. Let's take a closer look at these unforgettable encounters. A beautiful act of kindness as the horse patiently posed for a photo with a disabled woman in a wheelchair. Making her day extra special. Despite multiple signs saying "do not touch the horse," a clueless tourist still asks the obvious question. "Don't touch the horse! Out of the box!" The guard immediately steps in to stop another disrespectful tourist. A police officer firmly reminds a child not to touch the horse, an important lesson in respecting boundaries. Don't get too close. A police officer warns a child who steps dangerously close to the royal horse.
Don't get too close.
Yeah, don't touch it, yeah,
Don't get too close, Tim. He's already had to get some things. Look away a bit. No.
A woman confidently walks into the restricted area, only to receive an immediate warning from the guard. The lady guard scolds a group of tourists for stepping inside the white box, making it clear that rules exist for a reason. Please move on! The guard has had enough of people constantly touching the royal horse. A tourist crosses the boundary just to take a picture with the horse, Some people will do anything for a selfie. The King's Guard follows strict traditions, yet time and time again, careless tourists push the limits. From shocking disrespect to dangerous mistakes, these moments prove why the rules exist. Let's witness how the guards take action to maintain order and safety. A reckless tourist brings a baby dangerously close to a horse's mouth, leaving the King's Guard visibly stunned. A careless tourist stands directly in front of a horse's mouth until the horse trainer quickly steps in to prevent an accident. Clueless tourists get too close, forcing the guard to yell, "Move back! Get back!" A tourist couple excitedly approaches a royal horse until it suddenly tries to bite them. Even funnier, the horse guard can't hold back his laughter. Super loud shout, the King's Guard yells, "Get out of the box! Get back!" at tourists who refuse to listen.
Box! Get back!
One of the most disrespectful moments, a boy jokingly asks, "Can I give you a donut to wear on your hat?"
I give you a donut for your hat.
A touching moment that showcased the unbreakable trust between a King's Guard and his horse. A reminder that while these horses are gentle, they should be admired from a respectful distance. A couple captured a cherished memory as they posed beside the regal king's horse. A young boy stands dangerously close to the King's Guard horse, a near accident that should never have happened. Shirtless, disrespectful, and completely unaware. This man touches the royal horse without permission, a shocking display of ignorance. A father holds his young daughter far too close to the horse. The child's frightened face says it all. This was a terrible decision. Stepping past the white line is never a good idea. This girl receives a stern warning.
White line.
But her reaction is truly unexpected. Disrespectful tourists provoke the King's Guard and his horse.
photograph taking.
pushing their luck too far. The result? Watch what happens next. Some people refuse to listen. These rude individuals challenge the wrong king's guard, and the outcome is swift and decisive. A man boldly steps into the restricted area, thinking he can get away with it. The king's guard quickly proves otherwise. Children show perfect respect, standing outside the white line and waving politely to the horse, unlike many adults. A happy family captures a treasured photo beside the royal horse. A beautiful memory at Horse Guard. That's so sweet. The king's guard gently leads the horse closer to help the family get the perfect picture. A darling little girl smiles as she poses proudly with the king's guard. Pure innocence and joy. A tourist gently kisses the guard's horse, an unexpected gesture of affection and admiration. A group of disabled visitors joyfully meets the king's guard, capturing heartwarming photos that mean the world to them. A toddler waves to the king's horse, such a pure and adorable moment that warms every heart. Even the disciplined king's guard has moments of warmth. Bringing joy to visitors in an unexpected interaction. A subtle yet memorable moment as the guard signaled a tourist that it was okay to touch the horse. A careless mother leads her child past the white line, forcing the king's guard to intervene immediately. Some risks are simply not worth taking. Disrespectful tourists surround the horse, ignoring its visible discomfort. These animals are trained for duty, not to be overwhelmed by reckless crowds. A father holds his young daughter dangerously close to the horse, touching it despite clear signs of distress. A recipe for disaster. Make way, tourists foolishly block the King's Guard's path, forcing a strong reaction. This is not a place for carelessness. A reckless tourist ignores the warnings and tries to grab the horse's reins. A shocking reaction quickly puts him in his place. An adult carelessly allows a small child to stand inches from the royal horse. One wrong move could turn this into a dangerous disaster. The woman ignored the rules and continuously touched the horse of the King's Guard, causing the horse to become very uncomfortable. Her negligence could pose a danger to herself and others. A young boy's excitement was undeniable as the King's Guard allowed him and his father to gently touch the horse. Captain Frank saluted the King's Guard with admiration. And the guard acknowledged it with dignity, creating a moving display of mutual respect. A heartwarming moment as a royal horse turned back to show affection toward a disabled visitor. A truly touching moment as a visitor showed respect before taking a selfie. Highlighting the beauty of tradition and admiration. She didn't realize she had stepped into the restricted area. The guard's reaction was swift, but she meant no harm, just unaware. During a solemn changeover, one tourist got too close. Timing and respect matter, especially during moments of military ceremony.
Here we are. Get ready for somebody to give us. That was smart, wasn't it? How intelligent can you be? Out of 10.
Police had to step in after this student disrespected the King's Guard. This is not a place to play around. The King's Guard and her royal horse stayed calm, even as tourists showed unbelievable levels of disrespect. The crowd gasped when the horse nearly bit her. Tourists must learn to keep a safe distance from these royal animals. A strange woman ignored 3 warnings from the king's guard. How many times must they say stand back?
Not really.
Sorry.
Some tourists seem to have lost all sense. They're joking about biting the horse, and this is not entertainment, it's dangerous. They completely forgot the rules, crossing the white line and invading the guards' area. Such carelessness can lead to injury.